If you're standing in your garage right now staring at a riding mower you bought last year that still has half its deck rusted out, or you're pushing a walk behind because your old rider finally died and you don't want to deal with gas, oil changes, and the smell anymore, you're exactly who this EGO Power Plus ZT50207L is built for. This isn't the cheapest zero-turn on the market, but it's the first one that can run entirely on batteries without turning your lawn care into a weekend-long project. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The headline numbers sound impressive: 25 HP equivalent, 656V batteries, up to 4 acres on a single charge, but what actually matters is how it behaves when your grass is wet, when you're halfway through the back 40, and when you need to get the mower back to the garage before the kids start asking for lunch. The ZT50207L uses EGO's Peak Power Plus tech, which means it can pull from all 6 batteries at once for short bursts of extra torque when you hit thick patches or climb a slope. That's not marketing fluff. It's the difference between bogging down and making progress when your yard isn't perfectly manicured. Most riders in this price range give you a 48-inch deck and call it a day. EGO went the other direction with a 52-inch deck, which on paper sounds like a small upgrade. In practice, it means fewer passes to cover the same area, and on a zero-turn, that translates directly into less time and less battery drain. If you're cutting anything over an acre, that deck size starts to pay for itself in saved minutes. The trade-off is maneuverability. In tight spots your gate opening suddenly feels narrower, and the turning radius, while tight for a rider, still isn't as nimble as a walk behind. If your yard is more postage stamp than small farm, you might find yourself wishing for a smaller deck. Battery life is where most electric riders fall apart. The ZT50207L ships with 656V 12Ah batteries and a charger, which is enough to cover roughly 4 acres under normal conditions. That's not a guarantee. If your grass is knee-high or you're bagging clippings, expect closer to 3. The good news is you're not stuck with proprietary packs. EGO uses the same ARC lithium batteries as their string trimmers, leaf blowers, and chainsaws, so if you already own any of those, you can swap them in and extend your runtime without buying extra chargers. That flexibility alone justifies the premium for anyone who already has an EGO ecosystem. Charging is the part no one talks about until they're standing in the sun at 4 p.m. with a dead mower and a half-cut lawn. The included charger is a 2-stage unit that can top off a single battery in about 45 minutes, but you'll need to rotate batteries if you want to keep cutting. EGO sells a dual-bank charger that lets you charge 2 batteries at once, which is a worthwhile upgrade if you plan to mow more than 2 acres regularly. Without it, you're either waiting or swapping batteries manually, and neither option feels like progress. One place this mower quietly outperforms gas riders is maintenance. No oil changes, no spark plugs, no carburetor adjustments. Just keep the deck clean, sharpen the blades once a season, and check tire pressure. If you've ever spent a Saturday afternoon troubleshooting a rider that won't start because the fuel went bad over winter, you know how valuable that simplicity is. The downside is that if something electronic fails, you're looking at a repair bill instead of a quick trip to the auto parts store. EGO's warranty covers the mower for 5 years, but the batteries only get 2, so factor that into your long-term cost. Who should buy this? If you're replacing a gas rider that's costing you time and money and upkeep, and your yard is under 5 acres with mostly flat terrain, this mower will save you hours per year and eliminate the chore of fueling up. If you already own EGO tools, the battery compatibility alone makes the switch worth it. If you have a larger property or steep slopes, you might want to consider the 60-inch deck model or stick with gas, because 4 acres is about the practical limit for this setup. Who should skip it? If your yard is under a half acre and you're mostly cutting around flower beds, a self-propelled walk-behind will be cheaper and easier to store. If you don't already own EGO batteries, the upfront cost of 6 new packs plus the mower can push the total north of $3,500, which is hard to justify unless you're committed to the ecosystem. And if you're the type who likes to tinker with engines, the lack of mechanical involvement might leave you feeling like you're missing out. The ZT50207L isn't perfect, but it's the first electric zero-turn that doesn't feel like a compromise for anyone who's tired.